Hey everyone, welcome. So today I'm going to go over 10 different ways to make money. And there's actually quite a few YouTube videos online and on YouTube already kind of discussing 10 different ways to make money. So I really wanted to do a different approach, something that's unique and really could actually help you make money, not with these typical get rich quick schemes that are all out there. I really want to help you figure out how you can get there. And let's go through these 10 different ways. I think you'll find a really different approach to how making money is done, at least from my perspective. Number one, provide value with zero expectation. So what typically happens in this world is we give value with some sort of expectation in return. Like we want something in exchange for the work that we do. And that's just not the right approach because it comes off as needy, and also the approach is much better if you don't expect anything in return and that you genuinely try to help people without trying to make a dollar. Like, just for once, try to give without any expectation, and you'll actually feel way better. It's great for your mood as well because your just overall self-esteem is going to have a boost the minute you give with zero expectation. So highly encourage you to just offer as much as you can and make it tremendous value. And you might get something in return, you might not, but that's not the important thing. The important thing is that you're helping others. And I think if you do that, then you will make money much quicker than anything else could for you. Like, this is probably the most important point. I mean, you could literally stop this video right now and just give as much as you can to all the people that you know, and you'll get way more value out of that and more conversations out of it as well to help you in your journey to success. So give this a try, provide value. Number two, flip items on classified sites. So you could go on to sites like Craigslist, you can go on to eBay, you can go on to whatever local classified online place you have in your area. You can even go to garage sales and find items that you can buy at a much lower price than what the market suggests that the price should be. So it requires some research and digging, but anyone that knows how to use Google and knows how to search for items, which would be most of the world by now, can easily find low-priced items for sale. And the intent is that you're actually removing the headache from that individual. So you're taking it off their hands, and it's now your problem to deal with. But fact is you get a deal because you're taking the stress out of somebody's life of having to try to sell this, and the fact that they make money off of the item they're selling. It's a win for them. And then what you can do is you can flip it and try to make money if you enjoy sales. And I think everyone should try to enjoy sales. So I love Craigslist. I use it a lot for buying and selling for myself. So definitely give it a try. And then when you buy the item and you want to repost it, make sure you're using top keywords that actually would rank well. For instance, if you have an iPhone that you're trying to sell, what you should do is optimize it on Craigslist for keywords, just the same as you would on your website, and use like the description of the phone. You can grab the entire description of the phone off of the Apple website. Like, put some effort into the description to show that that you're trying to sell it. You put some effort in, you can actually sell it, and it'll come up much quicker because people will be searching for plenty of different terms to find an iPhone. So, like, for instance, somebody might type in smartphone. Well, if you have that word in your description, it might show up. So, and you want to keep renewing your ads as well. If you're going to repost them on like Craigslist, or maybe you're going to auction them off, you have to continually renew so that it's, top of mind. So that's number two. Number three, teach a course. So chances are you know something that somebody else needs to know. So figure out what that is and create a course on it. And there's plenty of tutorials to figure out how to teach a course. You can literally go on YouTube like I'm doing right now and teach the course. You can go on Udemy and teach the course there. You can go on Coursera and teach the course there. All you need is, your phone to record yourself and you can talk about something. Or if you have slides like I have right here, and you can create a little slideshow to help you out. Like for me, it's easier for me to create this slideshow and then speak to this slideshow than it is for me to try to speak out for 20 minutes on all this. So it's easier for me to follow along, and I think it's easier for you to follow along as well. And that's what you need to do, is create content that somebody else can find useful. And if you do that, then you'll start building a following. And maybe at first you can just give away your information so that you're not capturing it. You're just giving it to others to find value for them. So in that sense, by doing that, you're giving back to others. You're teaching others. It feels good. And, maybe eventually you can charge like $20 for the course, 100, 200, 1,000, depending on how good you get at teaching and the process. Or maybe you're so knowledgeable currently that you could put all the material into a course and then sell it online. And that's a fantastic way to make money if you want to go in that direction. Number four, here's a funny one: deliver newspapers. So I used to deliver newspapers when I was 7. So at the age of 7, I was delivering newspapers. And the reason why I put this as a money-making number is because most people want to just get by without working hard. And I don't think they really understand the process involved in terms of making money and understanding the value of a dollar. And I think delivering newspapers really humbled me in terms of the amount of work you have to put in order to make a dollar. And that's quite critical to realize that there's hard work involved. So I think just the principles involved with delivering newspapers and the learning experience, especially at a young age, I think that helped me to become who I am today. So I would highly recommend that you give out, the delivering of the newspapers. And maybe you have young kids or something. Well, just get into the experience with them and maybe deliver some newspapers with them. Just give it a try. You can also deliver flyers or whatnot. Go door to door and hand out flyers or just anything randomly, and just understand the kind of work involved. And we're moving so into this online world, which is great, but we need to realize that back in the day, that's how it worked. You had to work hard. And I think that hard work mentality is really helpful, especially if you want to hustle online or you want to hustle anywhere, you want to make a living. You're going to need a bit of that work ethic. Number 5, become a freelancer. So it's much easier to get your name out there than ever before. So you can easily, once again, exchange expertise and your skills, to do a project, and they'll pay you a project fee or a fixed fee and maybe an hourly rate. So you set your rate of the value that you think you're worth, and you go and you help others. And if you're just getting started, maybe offer your services for free. Don't charge anything. Just try to get as many clients as possible and get your feet in the door. See, I gave some of my work for free at the beginning because I wanted to get clients. So I would do free freelancing. Why? Because I needed the portfolio, I needed the experience, I needed the contacts, and that's what you should be looking for. So if you kind of approach it that way, I think you have an opportunity to grow as a freelancer here. And, if you get busy enough, you can turn it into a business. And that's the approach you want to take. But anyone that's trying to find a job or they're struggling to make a name for themselves, then, grab your list of contacts, reach out to them and say, hey, I'm getting into freelancing. I wondered if you knew anybody who could use some help, and, just be really genuine in your requests, and maybe people will help you out. Or just create a top 10 guide in your area, top 10 ways to draw a painting, and then give that out and be like, hey, I just created this guide, and you know what, I'm also doing this. Like, this is my side project. And I thought I could maybe show you some of my art. Anyway, plenty of different ideas around this. And if you want to get started, you can also use an online platform called udemy.com. And that's a great way to find clients, because there's an entire list of clients there that need help. So they're already showing an interest in the kind of services you need. And there's plenty of people who need your services and expertise. Create incredible videos. So if you create content that, again, helps others or inspires or creates some sort of an experience, and you do that on a consistent basis, then people will take notice and they will start following you, and they will follow your journey, and you will build fans. And once you get a large following, then you can turn it into a monetization strategy. You can start selling products, books, courses, all of that. So if you create incredible videos, then you'll really attract a new crowd, because YouTube is the second most popular search engine in the world. So if you're only into writing, or you're looking to go beyond writing or whatnot, and maybe blogging is your first step, well, vlogging is the next piece. If you create videos and use that as a video marketing strategy, you'll get your name out there, and whatever it is you're trying to sell will have much more exposure this way. It takes your life to an entirely different level if you can produce video content, because still not many people are doing it. Like, it's not really a major focus for a lot of people to create consistent quality videos. So if you can do that, then you'll set yourself apart. Number 7, invest. So maybe you have a 9-to-5 job, and all the money that you earn goes to expenses or whatnot, or entertainment. And maybe it's something to look at is to take a percentage of your income and have it automatically go into an index fund or several index funds, so that you don't have to think about where your money's going. It kind of goes into these index funds that are high performing, that give you 7 to 10% return annually. And you do that for the long term. You just continually reinvest. The dividends will reinvest. And you can set this up with your local financial advisor. Like, it doesn't take much time. You just go in there and say, hey, I'm looking to get into like index funds to really grow my wealth. And then they'll help you out. But it would be silly for you to have like a $20,000 bank account, a savings account with like 0.5% interest rate. That's not really doing anything for you. You're actually losing money. I would say you're losing money every month if you do that. Like, take your money, invest it. And that way you'll grow your wealth over many years. But you need to keep investing. And that requires discipline. I think paring down on some of your expenses is going to happen. Actually, the minute you start putting in the 20%, you'll just automatically reduce your expenses. Like, subconsciously, you'll say, hey, this is how much I have in my bank account. I really can't spend any more than this. Because you're not thinking about the money that's already being deposited into a different account. So consider that. Number 8, leverage social media. So I think if you have any kind of voice or whatnot, then using social media is the way to go. Video is a form of social media. If you've got any kind of story or passion you want to tell, then social media is a way to do it, especially for small businesses. If you're getting started with a small business, then social media is the way to go. You can create a following, like your own niche following with social media. And I think that can really make a huge difference for you. So leveraging social media, highly recommend, just because this is the way the world is going. Like everyone is connecting through these marketing channels. So if you're not creating conversations through your favorite social media platforms, then it's very difficult to really grow anything. And you can connect with 100 people online in the time that it might take to connect with one person offline. And that's quite powerful. So if you've got some sort of music to share or art to share, then social media is the tool to get your name out there. Number 9, set challenging goals. I think it's critical to set goals that are going to challenge you and push you to new heights. And most people do not set goals. And that's one of the big reasons why people aren't succeeding or making the kind of money that they want to. And you really need to create goals that are, timeless, that if you were to achieve it, you would look back on it for many, many years, all the way until your obituary is written, like those are the kinds of goals you want to be setting, goals that you're thinking, wow, that was incredible. I can't believe I accomplished that. That's what you really want to go for. And they need to be actionable though, in that you need to be able to actually do them. Because if they aren't doable, you probably won't do the goals. Like you'll give up. You'll give up much sooner than you should. And then you know what? They really need to be realistic. Like they need to be, like we tend to have this, like entrepreneurs tend to have this kind of dreamer mentality, which is great because that's where all the ideas are formed for these goals. But it's taking those ideas and saying, okay, which ones are realistic right now that I can go after, and kind of build it out as a process. I think you need to build this out as a process. Every single goal you have, like what are the little steps that you need to take? Goals are several little habits to the point of reaching, a big significant habit that you have in your life. So that's another piece to goal setting that you need to consider. Number 10, stop doing everything that you hate. So I see a lot of people who do things that they shouldn't be doing. They're getting into administrative work, they're getting into accounting, they're getting into maybe sales when they're not really selly type people. Like everyone wants to like do it all themselves, and they never actually do the stuff that they should be doing, which is what they're passionate about. So how do you stop doing everything you hate? Well, you outsource it. You get people to help you out. You get people to take responsibility for you. So you have to delegate. And delegation is probably the biggest barrier to success, in that you've only got 24 hours in a day. So if you try to do everything in those 24 hours, then you might get to a certain level of success, but you need help along the way. You need to have that help so that you can really accelerate your growth and the kind of money that you'd like to make. And it requires a team. Even if you're a one-man show, you need a team of people. You need advisors, mentors, people that can really guide you here. So consider eliminating all the things that you hate. So maybe it's sending emails, or get like a virtual assistant to send emails for you. Like try these different structures so that you're not consumed by the minutia. And that's it. That is the top 10 list. So I hope that really helps you and your approach to making money. I know it's a unique approach, but I think it's very valuable that you follow through on some of these, and you take action today and start building your wealth. So best of luck on your journey, and thanks for checking out the video.